Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to show you how to do the chain rule. Okay, so on the right hand side here, I've got basically the formula, I guess, for the chain rule. Now, depending on which textbook or like where you're learning this, you'll see the chain rule be written in a lot of different ways. Okay, but it's important just to get past the notation, like the confusing notation, and try to understand the idea. Okay, now proving the chain rule is one thing, so maybe I'll save that for another video. In this one, I just want to show you how you can use it and differentiate things. Okay, so basically if I just go over the formula here, usually we use chain rule for questions like this one over here, where we have this big bracket to the power of 10, and expanding that power of 10 is really long and difficult, right? So instead of doing that, we have this thing called the chain rule, where you have some power, right, of n, and basically if you differentiate it, you kind of differentiate like normal. You bring the power down and then subtract one of the power, but this is the chain rule aspect to it. Okay, you also multiply by the derivative of what was inside the bracket. Okay, so if I try to use that over here, so if I should differentiate this, then basically if I were to highlight, this is your function. Okay, and so basically we have to the power of 10. So imagine you're just differentiating like normal, and then we have 9, but we're also going to multiply the derivative of the inside. Okay, which is, if I differentiate what's inside, we have 4x cubed plus 6x squared, and if you differentiate minus 3, it's just 0. Okay, and this is what we get. So this is the actual derivative, but just to clean it up, you don't have to do this, but probably it's a good idea to. I'm just going to factorize a 2 out of the last bracket. Just make it 20. And let's just factorize x squared as well. Two x plus 3. And that's the derivative. Okay, so I'm going to go through one more question. So let's try this one. D over dx. 9 minus x squared to the power of 3. Okay, so bring the 3 down and subtract 1 of the power, and then multiply by the derivative of what's inside. So that would be minus 2x. And then we can just sort of clean up and say minus 6x and write the answer like that. Okay, I'm going to go through one last question, which is, let's just write it over here. So we're going to differentiate 1 over Okay, so when you're dealing with something like this, remember we can use some index laws, and before we differentiate, we can bring the denominator up to the numerator, right, and make it -6. So why would we do that? Well, because when we differentiate, we're interested in what the power is. So from here we can say, okay, -6. And then if you subtract from -6, we have -7. And then if you differentiate what's inside, you get 2x minus 3. Okay, and then it's always good practice to just bring the form back to the way the question gave it to us. Okay, so in this case, make everything positive indices. So I'm going to say -6, 2x minus 3 over x squared minus 3 x to the power of 7. Okay, and that's the answer for that question. Okay, so hopefully you understood how to use this formula here, okay, the chain rule. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next one.